Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Spa in Belgium for round 6 of the PlayStation Pacific Open Series Tier 2 here at Spec Esports. I am Liam, aka kickbuttkiwi, your commentator for this evening. Soon to be joined, I believe, by Arthur, aka ardie-chengz. He's just on his way into the commentary box as we speak, but as I said, round 6 of the championship here this evening, and we are at one of the most famous circuits on the F1 calendar, Spa-Francorchamps. Perfect pronunciation there, and I am very, very excited to watch the cars around this track. I think it's a driver's circuit where the men are separated from the boys somewhat, and we see who is able to navigate this long, technical, character-filled circuit in the Ardennes forest as we watch future Dreamliner heading out of pit lane for his outlap at the beginning of quali, and I believe that my co-commentator ardie-chengz has arrived. Arthur, do you copy?
I do copy, mate. How are you?
Beautiful. I'm very well. How are you?
Just had to make a mad dash home just to make the race, but you know, we're here.
That's good. It sounds like you've got your priorities right, which is always good. Just as a quick FYI, I have turned my microphone audio up a little bit. Just having listened to previous streams, I thought we were a little bit quiet. So if you do fancy turning yourself up, then go for it, but no pressure.
Let's make a few changes, mate.
Make a few changes. Yeah, we want people to be able to hear our sultry tones on the stream. Honest Crook is in the chat already, not qualifying, even though he is in this qualifying session. G'day, Crookie. Now I'm just going to bring up the previous race results and the standings and whatnot, and we'll have a quick talk through those. Oh gosh.
Mate, we're ahead of you.
Oh, beautiful. Well, do you want to talk us through what happened last time out in France, and perhaps what that's done to the standings?
Well, so I believe future Dreamliner, you can see here, came at P15, so he had quite a bit of a shocker, which was, you know, in stark contrast to the week previous in Britain, when all his, you know, title contenders had that shocker with, you know, the safety car and the DSQs and what have you. So he had quite a bit of a shocker, but he still retained the lead by a point to Shockwave, who got the race win last week. And then third place in the standings, we have Broken Reptile, he came third. And then fourth in the standings, we have Stoby, who came second. And then we have Goodwill to round out the top 5, who came fourth.
Oh, I see. And how about the constructors? Who's the oh goodness, who are the early breakaway contenders in the team standings?
Like Red Bull, that Red Bull team, they're up in the lead on 140, and we've got Haas down in P2 on 121. So it's still not, you know, unmanageable, but you know, you'd want to be sort of pulling that gap back a bit, make sure it doesn't blow out to more than, what's that, 19 points so far. So it's still manageable. And then we have the Williams team, who I believe future Dreamliner is currently flying the flag for Williams. They're currently in P3 on 119, just a couple of points behind Haas in second.
Yeah, so it sounds like there's sort of 3 teams that have made a bit of an early break for it.
Like, yeah, there's a bit of a gap. To P4, the Aston Martin team. They're on 87 points, and then Alpine to round out the top 5 on 86. So, I mean, it's still early in the season. You know, we're not even halfway yet, but it looks like from, you know, these first couple of races, the constructors might be going to one of those top 3.
keep an eye on those teams and their respective, that's the word I'm looking for, respective drivers. Jackie Perez, I'm seeing there, has gone top of the standings early on with a 1:43.4. And it's a bit of a gap back to Stobie. Stobie should be there or thereabouts in quali, and Dreamliner down in P4. He looks like he's just done a bit of a spicer early on, but he'll be a contender, I would imagine. In terms of race strategy, we've got Honest Crook in the chat suggesting the 10 stopper.
He did a 6 stopper last week.
He tried the 6 stopper, but it didn't quite work for him, so maybe tag on another 3 or 4 stops just to really go all out on that strat. Could be the way to go. But as per usual, I couldn't tell you what the best strat is. I mean, it's usually a 1 stopper, I'd have to say.
How's tyre deck here, though? That's the thing.
I don't think it's the worst in the world, but possibly not the best. Maybe middle of the road somewhere. So yeah, we'll see how that one plays out. Looking overhead here as well, it's pretty overcast. So I don't know what the forecast is, but
Ferrari in the gravel over there. Just on board future Dreamliner. Let's see him go.
See him go. Maybe we're facing the wrong way off the track.
I think so.
See him go missed last weekend, I believe, last race. So he'll be looking to hit the ground running on his return. He sits about 10th in the standings, I believe, in the championship.
Hopefully he can come back with a bang as future Dreamliner goes P2. Still good, what's that, 6/10 to Jackie Perez in P1, so Jackie Perez is really let down the gauntlet here.
Laid down a marker.
Looking like a very competitive time to beat, especially for such a long track as Spa. Who else is on that?
Indeed. Just looking through other statistics in relation to the championship. In terms of driver penalty or license points at the moment, we've got a few that have been dished out so far. We've got bench warmer. He sits on 3. I believe at 4 you get a quali ban. Actually, speaking of quali ban,
I saw it in the chat. Someone did get a quali ban.
I think Shockwave and Dan the Racer might have quali bans potentially. Could be wrong. Have they gone out?
Let's have a look.
Dan's retired without getting a time. Shockwave's in the pit. So yeah, I think those two have quali bans for reasons I'm not entirely sure of, because I'm not sure whether the penalty points are at the required level.
So I've just been looking up in the chat, and looks like the league coordinator has put in there as bench warmer and Clarence PhD have quali bans.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Apologies, that was to check in. It was Dan the Racer and Shockwave got quali bans. Sorry.
Important distinction to make.
Identified the wrong suspects there, so
apologies to the innocent party.
Yeah, apologies there to bench warmer and Clarence.
Yeah. In terms of other stats of note, I'm just looking at the full-time driver head-to-head comparison between teammates. Working quickly through the teams, Alfa Romeo, Clarence and Novasedin. Clarence is dominating that, 47 points to 0. Bit of a one-sided thing there. AlphaTauri, similar story, Braden and Benchwarmer. Braden 37 points to Benchwarmer's 2. Alpine a little bit more even. Jackie Perez 57, Dan the Racer 29. So Jackie Perez around about twice the points of Dan, but nothing too crazy. Moving down to Aston, we've got Stobie on 67. He's sitting 4th in the championship, and Toto on 20 points. Down on P16 in the standings. Then you're getting to Ferrari, where it's quite interesting. Both Delayed and CN Goat are both on 37 points. A pretty even split for quali and race performances. Not a lot to separate the two Ferrari men. Moving down, we've got Haas and Broken Reptile, Honest Crook. Broken Reptile 73 points, P3 in the standings. Honest Crook just for 20 points. So He's getting his backside handed to him on a platter. Maybe he should spend less time in the chat and more time on track doing hot laps, potentially.
That's typical on a Spook though. Like,
it's standard
shouldn't be surprised by now. I mean, speaking of the devil though, the only man on the medium tyres, and I just saw he went purple with the first sector, so could Honest Crook be in there on the medium tyre, nonetheless? Which is
certainly the definition of the alternate strategy.
He is the mad scientist. He does like a good alternate, not sticking to the status quo.
It doesn't often come off, does it? But when it does, it can be absolutely beautiful.
Could be genius. Let's see what the second sector split was. He goes really wide. That won't be good for his time. So I missed that second sector split, but I'm just rubbing on board now in the final sector. It's currently, it should be a decent time actually on the medium tyre. He might have some pace here.
It's one lap pace has been known to be handy by
44.8 on medium, so
it's that 1.4 off P1.
Yeah.
It's probably close to what the Delta is.
He'd be there, yeah. With a soft tyre, he'd be right up there. Especially because, sector 1, there's what? 3 corners down Eau Rouge and Radion. So, first sector, he's got a good time in there. It shouldn't be too much of a delta because it's pretty much a straight, that first sector, but I think the grip advantage kind of drops off as the lap goes on.
It looks like he's going for another hot lap potentially. He was pretty much level with his PB through sector 1 at the first sector split. He sort of stuffed up the next sector of corners, but he might be still pushing it in. That's surely an invalidated. Yeah, he invalidated. So he'll back off. Presumably bring it back into the pits.
We have Stovey going for another lap here.
He's pushing.
Just coming around the final chicane now.
The Stovemeister.
What does he do? We've got DRS, front to line.
1. Still 7/10 off Jackie.
Right. Fastest third sector. It just goes to show how fast Jackie Perez was, because these guys are setting purple times and they're still 6/10 minimum away from them. So
yeah,
I think that lap will be quite tough to beat.
Indeed. Just getting back to the head-to-heads briefly, just for any notable mentions. McLaren, Glorious Noodle and Asher pretty even there. Mercedes, El Tonki reasonably comfortable ahead of Reedy. And you've got Red Bull. Red Bull are looking pretty good. I think they're top of the constructors. Shockwave 82 points, Goodwill 58. So they're definitely a team to keep an eye on. And then Williams as well, they're looking pretty strong. Allura and Fire Sky 36 points, Dreamliner 83. The championship leader, aka Lewis Hamilton or Max Verstappen, depending on how you look at things.
That top puts it in the second place. Gap's down to 5/10 now.
He's bridged the gap a little bit, but still that's half a second. There's a lot of time to make up, with not a lot of quality left to go.
Jackie's still in the pits. Might not need to do another lap. Save a few tyres. I think that's probably the right call, seeing that delta after P2. It's just up to the rest of the field now. And remember, it is a very long track, so you won't get as many bites for cherry to try and beat that time. So saving tyres, probably the right thing to do, I'd say. Just leave it to the field.
Speaking of saving tyres, there's a tyre sitting at the pit entry just in the middle of the road. Stovey just drove straight through it. Codemaster's up to the usual tricks.
Don't tell me we've got another glitch here, mate. Let's hope it doesn't really ruin.
Yeah. Oh, yep, here it is. Don't want to ruin the spectacle, but things are alright at the moment. Some of the usual suspects at the front at the moment, certainly the top 4 you'd expect to be there or thereabouts. Ashes looked pretty good recently. He was not super strong in the opening rounds, but as Dreamliner hits the pit entry wall. Yeah, Asher was looking not super flash, but in the last race or two, he's sort of started to mix it in the top 5, 6, 7 drivers, which is good to see. Shockwave and Dan the Racer. I certainly expect Shockwave to be in contention for pole, but he looks like he's sitting out quali, obeying Stewart's orders, which is wise. Doesn't always happen in this tier. Sometimes the rules of the sport go out the window with sort of straight line in the track and resetting to track and whatnot, but people have been pretty well behaved so far here.
So far, I mean, this is only Crookie's second run, so
yeah, it's early days for him, so give him a chance.
Let's not go too far, man.
The drivers filing out of the pits, preparing for what should be their one last attempt.
I'd be getting out of the pits right now with about 2 minutes left. Might be a bit of a traffic jam in that third sector as well, you've got to account for that. Remember, a lap here is only about a 143, 145, so not much time to be lifting off on that out lap. For anyone who will be going out, it looks like most of the field, apart from Broken Reptile's still in the pits. I don't know about that one, but he's definitely going to miss out now, even though...
Is Broken Reptile still in the pits? No, he's not going to make
it
around.
He's pulling out now. I don't think he'll make that.
No, because I'm riding on board. I'm on board with Crow Jag, who crossed the start-finish line with about half a second to go, and he's ahead of Broken Reptile.
He's going to have to lure it right now.
Reptile will have
pretty
to
much do a qualifying lap. He's lifting off though. I don't think he's going to make it.
No, I don't think he will either. Crow Jag is backed out of his lap. You see the next driver in the queue might be Jackie. Yeah, I think it's Jackie. And Broken's binned it, has he? Yeah, Broken's in the wall. Broken Reptile has broken his front wing.
He is not improving on that P2.
No. So front row at best, and he's already... Hang on, has he been knocked down by Goodwill? Yeah, Goodwill's just gone second, almost usurping Jackie, as we've got bots recommending porn sites in the chat. Please don't click on those, boys. Here they come. Anyway, moving right along, who's the next car that we want to watch? I think, who spun it? Is it Alpha Tauri Crow Jags mowing the lawns through the left-hander and losing parts of his wing? As you do. And Dreamliner's retired. Has he binned it? Oh, I think he has. He's binned it at the right-hander final sector. Goodness me. And there's about 3 cars stationary on the track right now.
Dropping like flies.
Really,
it might be tough for the yellow flags and who gets... Because, like, you know, that'll be quite the distraction for people as they do their quick laps. Who do we have?
So
Jackie at the moment, it's only Jackie.
Jackie's not on a quick one.
Car. But yeah, that looks very slow, and it's gone wide. He's invalidated. Okay, so it's not Jackie. Broken was invalidated as well. Broken Reptile's done.
Yeah, Stobie's improving.
Stobie.
Half a tenth, sector 2.
Has all one. Green, yeah.
Wherever he is.
Who else is in that line?
Consecutive right-handers. This is where Dreamliner binned it. Probably just getting a bit of curb. Hitting that wall. Jackie's retired. He's had enough. But can Stobie improve? He's
Honest Crook, don't forget about him. He just went purple for the middle sector.
Here we go. We'll stay on board with Stobie for now, but to go straight to Honest Crook.
Let's have a look.
He's also a Red Bull in that good
improving as well, and delayed.
Oh no! Oh, Stobie's lost the rear end through the final chicane.
I'm just still on board with Honest Crook.
Can he improve? Stobie goes pole by 10,000. Where's Crookie going to go?
Honest Crook come through. He does.
He does. Done it.
43-2.
The Honest Crook.
Look out. Asher's come around the final corner. Is he quick?
He's half a second up on his previous time.
He goes up to P5.
Beautiful. Wow.
Wow.
Goes to show that
he goes P10 with his one and only run.
Yep.
And that Mercedes. Anyone else still on track?
Ferrari stationary at the final corner.
That's pretty much everyone, I think.
Wow. So a couple of guys running off the road at the end and maybe losing the chance to improve, and the likes of Honest Crook and Stobie have come through and capitalised and made the most of every last bit of track time that they had available to them. And
well.
The mercurial Honest Crook puts it on pole position He teased us with those medium tyres early on, but we saw the Delta. We knew that he was in the mix, and he has delivered.
By 10.5 to Stobie.
I can't say I'm optimistic about his chances in the race. He's known to be...
Look, let's not put the mockers on him. Still early days, not. Long race.
But
prove us wrong, Crook, is all we're saying. Prove us wrong, mate. Wow, look at that gap. From P5 to pole. It's only about just under 3/10. For such a long track, that's actually quite close.
It is actually very close, yeah.
That's quite close.
Very close indeed. I was just going to say, someone just popped into my room, but Honest Crook, I don't want to talk ill of him, but he does have more bottles than a Coke factory, that boy.
Yeah, that is true, that is true. So, do you want to run us through the top 10, mate?
Yes. I'll just wait for the old standings to pop up first. Looks like dry conditions for the race, which is good. We're still hanging out for that wet weather race. But it looks like we're good for now. Could still come though, so we'll keep tabs on the skies above.
I'm sure Crook will be devastated it's not going to be wet. I mean, it could be later in the race. We don't know. He is the rain whisperer, as we call him.
He's going to need some wet weather to have a chance of winning this race, let's be honest. So he'll be doing a rain dance inside that Haas cockpit.
It looks like the big players are all in that top 10, so I still think it's anyone's race at this point. There's a few big boys in there.
A few big units. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so running through our top 10, we've got Honest Crook in the Haas on pole position, his first pole, I believe, of the season.
Indeed.
Stobie P2 in the Aston. I again could be wrong, but I think that might be his first front row start. And then we get down to a couple of championship contenders on the second row. We've got Jackie Perez in the Alpine and Goodwill in the Red Bull. Jackie Perez in particular is in the mix. I think he had a disappointing week race last time in France, but he'll be hoping for much more starting P3 on the grid. Asher P5 in the McLaren, another good quali from him, and then Honest Crook's teammate in the second half, Broken Reptile, another championship contender in P6. Future Dreamliner, the championship leader, all the way down in P7. Perhaps not a strong qualifier, but he's got some pace in the race.
Yeah.
Although he did try to outdo Honest Crook in France for worst strategy known to man. Made a number of pit stops and just was all over the place, but keep an eye on him anyway, he's got pace. Clarence in P8 in the Alfa Romeo, Krojak P9 in the Alfa Tauri, and Reedy rounds out the top 10 in the Mercedes. And then we're going down to drivers who I believe will be on a mixture of tyres that are not the softs. Let's have a wee look. So delayed P11, he starts in the soft tyres. And then there's a string of 5 cars from Toto in P12 down to Dan the Racer in P16 in mediums. Dan the Racer and Shockwave at the very back, both starting on mediums, neither of them qualified, so something of an unknown quantity pace-wise, but you'd expect Shockwave in particular to be up there, and Dan the Racer to be strong on that alternate strategy that he's made a bit of a name for himself for pioneering. Yeah, we're coming through the final sector now, Honest Crook.
What about that strategy call from old mate P17? I'm not too sure how to pronounce that. Aston? I don't know.
Nozza,
I just call him Nozza.
Just call him Nozza, keep it simple.
Noz, mate. I'm not too sure about that strategy. Starting on softs in P17. I'm not too sure.
But he's sort of going
delayed.
He's going alternate on the alternate strat because all the guys around him, the tyres will be more durable.
That's true.
But Nozza will be quicker at the start, and if there's an early safety car, then it could be very interesting to him. That would suit him to a T.
He will need to clear the field though, that's the only thing. If he does get caught into all the yucky stuff down in the back there, which usually there is on the first couple laps, might slow him down. But it also could mean he can get rid of those soft tyres ASAP. We'll see. You do be honest, mate.
A lot of ifs, buts and maybes, and they're about to be clarified here. All the cars are on the grid. We're watching Honest Crook from the worst camera angle known to man. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 red lights, and we are... Go in Belgium. Who knows whether that was a good start. It looked like a good one from Honest Crook. The camera work's been sorted out. Crook takes the inside line and maintains the lead. Stovey maintains second, running a bit wide. And there's mischief and mayhem down the pack. Goodness gracious me. Clarence has already got a 5-second pen.
No.
But the top 4 or 5 look in similar position to what they were before. Stovey's lining up Crook down the... Is that the Kemmel Straight? Let's call it that. It's probably not. But he's taking the outside and this could end in tears. Are they 3 wide? No, Jackie backs out wisely and Stovey takes the lead. And
Crook's wide.
Crook's wide. And Jackie will now, goodness me, Crook's all over the road. Jackie will look around the outside going into the long right hand, a heavy braking zone.
Contact.
Arm goes up and Crook will keep, he just keeps the position. So there was some contact there and Crook is doing his best impression of a Coke factory here.
No, Broken Reptile, I think he's had a moment. He's down in last place at the moment, P18.
No. Broken Reptile, yeah.
He is the 3rd place man in the championship at the moment, so that's a big dog. It's a big fish down the order, quite early.
It is. Gee whiz. So, goodness me, riding on board with Jackie, almost put it in the wall where I believe Future Dreamliner did at the end of quali, but he hangs in there. He's putting truckloads of pressure on Honest Crook as we approach the end of the first lap. Crook is all over the road. It's like
Crook is just... He might have some damage here.
Has he played F1 2021 before? I'm just starting to sort of doubt at this point.
He might have some damage, mate. He looks like he's understeering everywhere. Like he is
just... Jackie's half spun and he keeps it out of the wall, but he loses
that looks
3rd,
very bad. 2 spots, 3
and he's going to lose another one
as Dreamliner goes down the inside.
Just bomb him, and Dreamliner's looking at Asher as well. But we've had a lot of movement early on in this race. Stovey's
taking
the
movement. Old mate Nozza, who started on the softs down in 17, he's now up to 9.
Yeah.
So he's doing what he needs to do on those softs, as Jackie looks to retake that P5 from Future.
Does.
Standard, yeah.
Nozza and Reedy scrapping it away. Nozza takes P8, so he's gained 9 positions. There we were questioning his tyre choice, but he has absolutely made
the charge right now
while the sun was shining and his tyres were performing. So great start from the Alfa Romeo man.
I believe he's the biggest mover out of the whole pack. Let's see, up 9 places. Who else is a big mover? We've got Shockwave down in P11. He's up
started
7.
last. He's already P11. That is ominous. As someone has spinned it through Radion. Clarence is out. Could that be an early safety car?
Is that a safety? Yes.
Virtual.
Virtual
only. Okay.
I
don't think anyone will pit under this. It's too early, and we wait from the pit lane.
Let's see what Stovey does.
Keep an eye on anyone getting pens under VSD. Usually one taker for that. Watching the Deltas like an absolute hawk. Some of them will just be flooring it and getting into all sorts of trouble. But yeah, Shockwave's gained 7 spots already. Almost half the field gobbled up in the space of 1 and a bit laps.
So does Stovey pit? No. Does Cookie pit? No. Well, they're all not pitting. We've got Future Dreamliners in the pits.
Dreamliner's pitting. Does he have damage again? Is anyone else pitting? I don't think anyone...
The only one so far. He's the only one in the pits.
Wow.
Yeah. So we've got a few at the back there.
Oh, yep. Projag and Reptile. Reptile probably had damage, I'd say.
Yeah. He lost a bunch of places on that lap, so I think he did have damage.
Dreamliner unsurprisingly goes on to mediums.
Projag
chucks more softs on. And Reptile also puts more softs on. Interesting strat.
They might not have changed their strategies from the one planned from Jeb. They might have been doing a 2-stop originally. But, yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Asher.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
No. What happened there?
He's P4 as well. That's gutting.
What's that? Did he just exceeding that delta time? Or?
Yeah, he sped under virtual.
I think so, yeah.
And that's an absolute race killer, that is.
Up in a good position too.
He feels, oh goodness me, Jackie, pick your moment, son. You don't want to crash into a guy who's got a drive-through and is effectively out of the race.
Back.
Oh no! And Jackie spun.
He's around.
He didn't hear me, and he spun, and he's...
No.
Oh, thank goodness for ghosting.
Thank goodness.
Goodness gracious me.
Wow, that's another big fish. He's down at P6, but...
We've got 3 of the big fish. P14, 15, and 16 now.
Good.
Jackie, does he have damage? No, I don't think he did. He just spun it, but... Oh no.
Good.
So we've got 3 guys at the back now who are quick. They're contenders in the championship, but... someone else binned it.
Who's that?
It's another virtual.
Jackie.
Oh,
Jackie's out.
Jackie's put it...
He's gone.
Jackie's gone.
Let's have a look. Just get on board, Broken Reptile.
Yeah, we're on board already.
I believe we're about to come to Jackie. Yeah, he must have been lost it here.
Yeah, he's wall on the right, maybe. Yeah. Jackie's just...
brings out the full safety car as well.
He has, wow. Who's pitting?
So, who will pit now? Or no one?
Wait, is someone pitting? No, no one's pitting. Surely... would you put on the hard tyres or something at this point?
Might be worth a gamble. I don't think they'll get you to the end, but at least no one started on the hard, so at least you get rid of your mandatory, pit stop and
hard tyres are not
see what happens.
But yeah, you could get your pit stop done, and it looks like no one's taken the initial.
No one's done it. It's all hindsight now, but perhaps it may have been a better call to pit now than on the BSC.
Yeah, I mean Ash is just going to be gutted that he. Did he have a chance to serve his drive-through? I don't think he did. I think the safety car came out before the end of the lap.
Yeah,
so he couldn't serve it. So now he's going to be... that's insult to injury for him. Just looking at the tyres. Yeah, so anyone... This safety car suits the guys on the soft tyres, I would say. Because they can chuck on one of the harder compounds and just run them to the end if they want to try and do that. Whereas the other guys have got to... They can chuck the harder tyre on, but they'll have to pit again for the soft at some point. So everyone from El Tonki down. Actually, I tell you what could be an option is to do the old double pit now. So if you're one of the guys in mediums, you come in now for softs, run them for a lap on the safety car, and then chuck on hards or something straight after.
I mean, they're coming around the final corner now.
I think they will. I reckon the soft runners are going to pit.
Stobie does.
Yep.
Crook
Stobie
does.
pits.
It was a late call from Crook. It was a very late call from Crook. They're all pitting. Okay, they're all in. I think they're all following each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it does make sense. So far, there's a few guys. Who's that? Who hasn't pitted?
The medium runners are not pitting.
Tonki, I believe. Yeah, the Tonkster. Tonkster, the first one.
Are any of our medium runners pitting? That's
no,
the question that
it doesn't look like it. They've all got 4-lap old tyres and they're all staying out.
Boys, I think they've missed a trick there. I really, really do.
I mean, this brings the likes of Future Dreamliner back into it, because remember, he had to pit way down the order. Now he's up to PA on those 1-lap old mediums. So he's back into it. Crookie, it looks like... Oh, okay, Stobie. Stobie, who's the effective race leader before that safety car, he's down in P7, and Future Dreamliner is in between Stobie and Crook, who is in P9. So, it looks like most of the field is on mediums, apart from Nozza, who's just pitted for softs. Go figure.
Our medium's going to go the whole way to the end of the race. I don't know that they will. That's going to be a big ask, albeit because we're going to do what? Maybe 14, 15 laps at full speed on mediums, and I feel like the softs would do like, what, 5, 6 laps? Yeah, mediums maybe 9, 10, 11. But
it'll be close. But so far, no one has decided to go for the hards, which is a surprise, because I thought maybe we might have 1 or 2 in there, but maybe the mediums will last, who knows? So,
maybe.
Don't think so, but we'll just have to wait and see. A few safety cars wouldn't hurt for the medium runners, especially those who've gotten rid of their mandatory pit stops. A few more safety cars, and I think they might just, bring it home.
But there's a circuit where safety cars are pretty prevalent. It's quite a technical track, lots of places you can put it in.
The thing is, though, if there is a few more safety cars, wouldn't it be better to go into softs? If everyone's going to be,
no. No. What's going on there? Has Crook just rear-ended him? Oh, the safety car's in already.
I believe so.
So, Dreamliner's...
But
I mean,
Dreamliner
maybe...
gets...
Oh, goodness me. What's going on down the order? Reedy and Nozza.
And Reedy. Nice.
Nice Meister. Right, so... Wow. I mean, are the guys on the older mediums expecting that the other guys on the fresh mediums will still have to stop again? Therefore,
I believe so. I mean, that top 6 basically, they're all on old mediums. So remember, they have to pit again. But from Stovey down, looks like, and apart from the guys down the bottom there who haven't switched tyres, still on the softs.
Yeah.
Fresh softs. But yeah, no, we'll just see how we go. Safety car's in.
Safety car's in.
Start leading them out.
Still lead us away.
Still keeping them.
Oh, goodness me. Oh, he's leaving it as late as possible. Shockwave.
Wow, that was very close. Across the line there, looks like Shockwave was right there with him.
Around the outside.
You're going to push him wide.
Oh,
yes, he does.
From El Tonki.
Bit squirmy. But looks like, he's on the outside.
Me.
That's not a too wide. That's not please pull
back
out.
Oh, goodness gracious me. Shockwave's going to have a run here in El Tonki though. Big slipstream down the long straight here. Goes to the inside. There should be a regulation-ish move. Oh, there's bumping going on and El Tonki doesn't want to give it up. Has to in the end. And he flops back into P2, so Shockwave started last, didn't qualify. He was a naughty boy, got a quali ban for who knows what, but he leads the race on lap 6, albeit having to stop again, but we'll see if he can gap the field behind. Just looking at Stovey in P5, he's already cleared, looks like a couple of cars. So watch him with some interest. He's right on the back of Fee and Goat, who's made a mess of that corner, and Stovey will think about a move, but he's a bit brave to have a go there. We'll just follow the Ferrari.
What's going on? Back in the field. Allure and Vice Guy's got the red X, and he's currently ghosting. But his car looks to be going at the same pace as everyone else, so I don't think it's his ghost. It just might be looking action.
Stovey around the outside of C and Goat makes it stick, and the Dreamliner are going to have a go at the Goat. He's having a go, he'll think left and then dive bomb right. Oh no, boys. Oh goodness, C and Goat. No. Did the Ferrari get touched by Dreamliner?
Someone could have lost their wing there.
As Shockwave hits a purple
so
lap.
Far, so good. Asher looks like he's serving his pen now, that drive-through. Getting rid of it nice and early while he still can.
Yeah, might as well get it over and done with.
Just in case it's not a safety car, you might as well not have it.
Two drivers looking in very good position at the moment. I think Shockwave at the front, he's got some free air, good pace. Stovey's P4.
Future Dreamliner and CN Goat side by side. Future Dreamliner just got a pen, so I think he might have run wide or cutting a rouge, but it looks like it might have been worth it since got him a good run to CN Goat to get the position. Maybe now he can pull back that, make up for that time towards the end, but we'll see. Might be another one to look out for, how the pen situation's going, as Allura just keeps falling and that red X.
Dropping like a stone.
So, I'm not too sure if that's the AI driving, or that's actually him. I don't think it's him now, yeah.
Oh, goodness me, I'm on board with Stovey, he's almost binned it, he rode the curve, got a bit of oversteer, and he fought with it, he's hung on, but he's lost about a second to Dan the racer in front.
Now Future's going to line him up, I think.
Future Dreamliner's going to say, thank you very much for having a go at you here. Dreamliner will, I'm predicting he's going to dink left, and then have a little sniff down the inside.
I honestly wait for a rouge through there, because I'm not too sure if DRS gets enabled this lap, but usually if you make the pass at that, before that final chicane, you don't have enough of a lead to keep that lead through that long straight, so it's probably worth just saving your ERS and trying to do it all through here.
Yeah,
at least you've got the rest of the lap to sort of keep that gap out.
Dan's going to be in trouble. Oh my goodness,
Dan is in
Stovey.
trouble.
Stay off the curbs. So Stovey should make this.
So it's a DRS train here. Down the race is going to be sitting dark.
Yep. Dreamliner's going to just watch.
Keep it ahead of Dreamliner though. Wow, that's surprising.
Yeah, maybe. I think Dan's possibly burnt through a heap of DRS potentially. Maybe not.
It's down to 49. I mean, they just had a safety car, so they should all be pretty much topped up. So
yeah, they're using a wee bit as they battle for position here. Stovey's now up to P3. He's on noticeably fresher tyres than the guys around him. Maybe thinking about going to the end.
Around the outside, go.
Yeah.
Very, very brave. Do that corner, a double left-hander. Sector 2. See if we can stick with these guys. Just see, Cian goes around. Cian goes around, and
he's in the wall, and he's retired. And is that another safety car?
That was rough.
Oh, it is. It's another one.
Board. Yeah, it is a safety car. I was just on board him, and it looked like he just touched the wall. Yet, that is rough.
So the guys on old mediums, you'd have to pit, would you not?
You'd have to pit.
Oh,
I think so.
Well,
let's have a look. Shockwave.
But they can't go on
the final chicane.
They can't finish on softs, can they?
Oh, Shockwave's not pitting.
Shockwave, what do you?
El Tonki, what does he do? El Tonki pits.
You've got to go.
And Stovey stays out. Stovey stays out.
I mean, who's actually?
So it looks like it's El Tonki. El Tonki's the only one. That is surprising.
So El Tonki will go on softs, but he won't make the end. So what is this strat going to be? I would throw fresh mediums on after this.
I mean,
this is.
But then track position though.
Has Nozza binned it at the final corner? He's binned it at the pit entry, I think.
Let's have a look at Reedy. He's about to go past him now.
I reckon Nozza's binned it at the pit entry.
Yeah, he's binned
it.
On final corner.
Earth has happened there.
His car's just on the...
lost the wheel. He's missing a front wheel.
That's strange. It's just on the racing line. It doesn't even look like he's hit the wall or anything. It's just...
That was bizarre.
Yeah,
he's had some kind of coming together. I reckon he's... Oh, no, who knows actually. Can't even tell you. Mystery. But, yeah, interesting. Yeah. So... I don't understand. The guys who started on mediums, the likes of Shockwave and Dan the Racer, the problem is that the guys who stopped earlier, or recently on the other safety car for mediums, like Stovey, this is playing right into their hands, because now the one stop for them is really in play. They can probably make the end now on the set of tyres. So Shockwave, once this race restarts, if he doesn't pit,
unless Shockwave's trying to hold out for another safety car to pit on the softs.
Yeah, but you're hinging your entire race on a safety car. Gamble. And Murphy's
how many laps can the mediums do?
I think Stovey and Co can make it now. No, Nozza said in the chat saying he hit nothing. There was no one near him, so I don't know what's happened there. If he's just sort of, I don't know. Put a bad Google review on Codemasters once, and they've just decided to get him back out of nowhere. But yeah, I really think Shockwave, Dan the Racer, Toto, Lauren, I'm sure they're probably considering it anyway, but you can't hope for endless safety cars. Eventually they're going to stop. So getting your tyre situation sorted now. You'll fall to the very back, but at least you're done and you're sorted and you can just race to the end. So he stays out. The only racer stays out. I don't think anyone knows.
Oh, no, we got Toto.
Yeah, Toto's
and Krojak.
Krojak, yeah, he had to pit. He's on softs.
And
softs.
He's only in 3-lap old medium, so I wonder why he's pitting.
Unlucky Nozza. Sounds like he's had a bad...
So Tonki's got fresh softs. Krojak fresh mediums, Asher fresh mediums, Toto fresh softs. So a few guys taking a gamble here.
What was Toto?
11 laps.
Was he on mediums from the start?
Might have been.
I think he was.
Who's this, Toto?
Yeah, Toto,
Yeah, so he went on from mediums to softs. The only guys in the field that have not pitted is Shockwave in P1, still on mediums. Dan the Racer in P3, still on mediums. Allura and Fly Sky in P9, still on mediums. And I believe everyone else has dinner. So I don't know this last guy, but I believe it's dinner. Yep. So it's just those three. Yeah, I honestly can't tell you who's got the upper hand at the moment. I mean, you'd say Stoby because he's the
most certainly, yeah,
the first of the guys that might be able to make it till the end. Now that we've had a few safety cars, but I mean, anything can happen. Still, what's that? 12 laps, 12 and a bit laps to go. So,
I mean, the chances of another safety car are pretty high. Even though we're up to now at second, really not even half the distance of this race, but there's still 14 cars in the race, and the odds of someone putting it in the barriers is still pretty good. But yeah, I think Stoby's in a good position here on those much younger mediums, and he's already made his necessary stop. Similar position for Honest Crook, and I believe Goodwill and Delay. Broken Reptile, he fell back early on, but he's now on tyres that could probably go to the end, and he's not a million miles away track position wise from the business end of this race. So yeah, I think some strategy calls are being made here, some that are going to be shown to be pretty wise come the end of the race, and some that are going to have rather negative consequences. But you never know what could happen. More safety cars, ever-present threat of rain. There's a lot still to happen. Has the safety car gone into pits? Yes, it has, I'm pretty sure. So we might be starting again. Or are we going for another one? No. Hang on. Yes, we are. We're green.
So
only that. We're green. Shockwave leads us away.
Honest Crook. No. Yeah, he's lost a whole bunch of positions then. He's still in it. I think Toto just got an illegal overtake for him because he just let him through and then... Oh, no. Oh, I heard a huge crack.
Oh, it's Crow Jags.
Oh,
in the room.
No.
Oh, goodness boys. That was a clinic in how not to do a safety car restart, led by Honest Crook. He talked about his slight penchant for not turning good quality performances into good race performances, and I'm afraid he's possibly throwing away the chance for a win here. It's not ideal at all. Toto and Asher fighting over P12 down the back. But yeah, up the front, Shockwave leads now by 1.2 seconds from Stoby. Stoby's just, I think, going to potentially bide his time. I'd say Shockwave has a slight pace advantage as a general rule, but Stoby's in fresher tyres and knows that he's made his stop, so it's not a great need to do anything crazy here. As Dreamline has just punted, I think, Dan the Racer. That's a complete assumption on my part because I didn't even see what happened, but Dan the Racer was deep into the corner and Future Dreamline was close to his gearbox. And the Williams man takes P3, his boy Yellow.
El Tonki is out.
Oh, El Tonki's
at that right-hander.
Another safety car.
Wow.
Shockwave, you've got to pit some. And he does.
Let's have a look.
Pits.
Shockwave's in the pits. Stoby stays out. Future Dreamliner stays out. Dan the Racer pits. Okay, those are the guys who had to pit. So
they had to pit.
Looks like everyone else.
Come on, Aloran.
Delayed is in as well. Aloran is the AI, remember? So I don't think.
I think he's back. Aloran's back.
Okay, because I was about.
Well, this brings. So Shockwave's on. Okay, no, Shockwave did have to put softs on, but.
I think softs easily make it from here.
No, they don't. I don't think they do.
You reckon?
No.
But like Lada load.
They're going to
have to do what?
7 laps. 7 or 8 laps plus safety car laps. I think that's too much around a track like Spa.
Lada load though, mate.
I do.
Car's lighter.
I don't think it's enough. I think you're going to be in big trouble with tyre wear come the end of the race.
We're about to see, because the bottom, 5 odd drivers are all on fresh softs.
They're all on fresh softs,
including
so
Shockwave and P6, so
yeah.
we're going to have to find out. And it looks like the field... Oh, apart from Toto. I was thinking the safety car might release him this lap, but Toto's still a fair way back, so unlikely.
I think Asher and Krojag are in a good position here. I mean, you'd rather be the top 4, I think, because they should make the end of the race on those mediums with all these safety cars, but tell you what,
no man.
Asher and Krojag.
Shockwave. Because remember, Krojag does have a pen, so I don't think, especially with so many safety cars, he'll be in it.
Yeah, I don't think
he's only got
Krojag...
3 seconds, but still. Oh no, Future Streamline's got 8 seconds.
He's got that 5 seconds, which could...
So, he might be able to take it off,
he doesn't,
especially now that he hasn't pitted again, so...
But if he wants that taken off, he
has to go to the end now.
Stay out if he wants to avoid that 5 second hit. So, this is just... Safety cars just throw up incredible strategic curveballs. And it's happened once again. We're now down to 13 runners. People are just putting it on the wall left, right and centre. Toto, let's go back here. Coasting around, minding his business.
Just taking it easy on his tyres,
when they drive, literally.
That safety car's still staying on, lights are still on.
Is anyone going to pit? Who would? A Lauren? A Lauren?
Oh, no, we've got Broken Reptile. Broken Reptile's in.
What's Reptile going to do?
That's soft, surely.
He's going to go soft.
It has to be fresh soft.
I think he's looking at the guys around him, or down the order, and thinking, gee, they're going soft, so I think that's what I need to do.
I think they're going to make it. I think they're going to make it.
I think they're underestimating tyre wear. But
if I was in this situation, I'd put on soft, so. But that's just, he's gone.
No, I like that. I think that's... It seems like a neither here nor there decision, but now he knows he can push. There's going to be no tyre wear issue, and he's going to have good pace.
I mean, he's definitely going to make it, but whether or not it's quicker than Shockwave up there, who knows? Very exciting 9 laps left, though. That's for sure. Yeah. That's all we know.
Absolutely. And then we've now got everyone from P5 down is on basically brand new tyres. And the top 4 are hanging it out on old mediums. And Lauren...
12 lap old tyres.
He's an enigma, that guy.
I mean, he has been a AI for the last couple of laps, ever since he got back into the race, so maybe the AI wasn't as harsh on his tyres, I don't know.
Maybe the AI's done a real favour here. Who knows? But maybe he's known to like
they're that harsh on tyres.
Some conventional strat, at least compared to what I'd go for. So we'll see what he can do. He's going to be struggling, I would imagine.
Right, the safety car in this lap, though. That's the question.
I imagine it will be. Everyone's queued up and ready to go. Stovey and Dreamliner are in a good position. Especially
lights do.
On board still, we'll see what the lights on the safety car do. They're still flashing.
About to come through the third sector split now, which is when usually, yep, there it is, lights are off,
go.
And it's coming in.
Stovey will start to back off a little bit, and you'll be thinking, where do I go? Do I sort of floor it maybe even before the final chicane? Do I go early, or do I do a Max Verstappen and leave as late as possible?
And I think that's what, was it old Tonki who was the race leader in the last safety car, and he lost a whole bunch of positions, or was that Shockwave? Can't remember.
I mean, honestly, spun it.
Whoever it was, it wasn't a good restart. Oh, he's gone.
Is he off
He's
already?
gone.
No, he's braking.
He's gone. He's gone. No,
he...
Dreamliner caught napping. Just look at the gap.
Oh. Here we go. So
got
Stovey.
Dreamliner by surprise here. Stovey's gone.
Beautiful.
Oh no, someone's wide. Krojag. Looks like he's still on go. Yeah, caught Future Dreamliner napping there, so he should keep P1 even through the long straight. Dreamliner's just a bit too far away here, I think.
Shockwave's all over for Lauren on those ancient medium tyres.
Fresh softs.
No DRS,
should
but
be pretty straightforward.
yeah. Is Lauren defending with DRS? No, he's
Nah,
not.
he's not.
So
Thank you, mate.
Shockwave will make that stick, and it does. He moves up to P4 on those,
He needs to on those fresh softs.
but he needs to manage those tyres. He's still got 8 laps to do on them. That's huge. I think he's going to be in trouble here. Who else are we keeping tabs
I
on
mean-
further down?
Yeah. I just think those softs should make it without too much managing. That's just me. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. It's all going to play out. We're also noticing that the sun has disappeared. It's now very overcast. Are we going to... Is there some rain coming? Is that why people have thrown socks on?
It does take a few laps for the rain to really set in for it to make a big difference. There's Reedy all over the back of Projag on those fresh softs. Way too much grip.
You'd be so careful making a move through here, though.
Is he going to make a move into the front?
Oh, goodness me, and delayed thinking about it as well. Reedy goes around the outside and
gets it, yeah.
very deep, but
grip. Oh,
he's made it
wide.
stick. And, oh goodness me, who's that? Oh, Mr. Crook. Out of nowhere.
Oh, it's swapping positions all over the place. Shockwave's gone up on those fresh softs as well.
Yep, Shockwave's
Except
up in racing.
will he be under threat now that Goodwill is going to have... Is the Ocean enabled? No. But he's going to have a lot of slipstream. Here he goes.
Yeah, but he's not on ERS Goodwill.
Oh, yeah. No,
And their teammates, so I think they're going to be sensible.
Yeah. Shockwave is on that ERS.
Christian Horner's given Shockwave license
Delayed,
to
3 wide,
attack.
delayed Crook and Crojag.
No.
Oh, ghosting. Thank goodness for ghosting there. Crookie's ghosting.
Oh,
Crookie's
someone
ghosting. That's the
unghosted.
only way they all made it through there. Because I think
Yeah.
Crook was going to... The 2 inside guys were about to lose it under braking there. I think Crook did have a moment, but he caught it. And then ghosted, thankfully. Hairy stuff, but I think now he has a pen.
who's
Have
that?
a look, yeah, 3 seconds on his foot. Not too sure if he got it through that little tangle. But yeah, he does have a pen now.
Meanwhile,
Yeah.
fight for the top 3's hotting up. Shockwave's already caught Dreamliner, who himself is on the back of Stobie. And Shockwave is going to be a real handful for these two. There's someone else has had a moment. Back down the order, Crook and Crojag are mixing it up back there.
Oh, Asher. Oh, he's really slow. It must have been Asher. He's really slow. He's really, really slow. He must be pitting.
I think he's got damage. Yeah, he's
pitting.
got no front wing. Oh, that's a shame for Asher. A good qualifying, but
Good position there.
the race has rather gone belly up for him, unfortunately. So he
But
makes a pit
nonetheless,
stop.
DRS has been enabled. The Shockwave is on an absolute tear, and he's about to get Dreamliner for P2 here. Yeah, this is pretty straightforward. So much more speed.
The Dreamliner not have... Oh, Dreamliner did have DRS, but he's got absolutely
Yeah,
rinsed
it's that grip,
through
man.
Eau Rouge.
That grip, those softs are just...
A bit OP at the moment, but will they be OP in 4 laps time is the question. Oh,
He has a
Shockwave.
moment. He has a moment. Dreamliner. Yeah, it's going to have to be Stobie to keep ahead of Shockwave as long as he can here. Otherwise, I think Shockwave just gets out ahead too far and manages at home. I know you think they're not going to last, mate, but if he can get ahead and just sort of ease off and manage the gap, because if he's still trying to attack and trying to get past, uses up all that rubber, then yes, I think he might struggle. Oh, we got sector 12.
Lauren. Those medium tyres maybe were not his friend. And he's dropped all the way down to P12, unfortunately. He is probably out of contention for anything like a good result. He'll get points if he finishes from here, which is something to...
15 lap all tyres.
Yeah.
Might as well just pit the softs and see if you can go fastest lap. I mean, there's only 13 runners, so you're guaranteed points and a fastest lap if you do get it, so...
Yeah.
Because what? He's currently P12. If he loses P12 to Asher... yeah, it's one of those things.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in the pits. You lose a position, and you lose a point, but you might be able to get that point back by saying purple, so... Who knows? Anyway, let's have
a go.
look. Looks like DRS runners.
Stovey's got a
Toby
pen.
gets a pen. Well, that's gonna... I mean, top 3 all have pens.
Well, Goodwill
Except...
and Dan the Racer don't, and if it finished as it is now, Goodwill and Dan the Racer could be in the mix for P1 and 2.
They have to stay close.
Yeah,
Except, I mean, Dan the Racer's on salt, so he'd be trying to get past Goodwill to stay as close to those medium runners, apart from Shockwave up ahead, and just see if he can grab a few more positions by keeping it clean. Goodwill is sliding around a lot here, so I feel like this should be pretty straightforward. If he keeps...
Dan the Racer almost soft, so I don't think they're going to have a huge amount of life with him, and so he needs to make a move soon.
So yeah, he needs to do it while the tyres are fresh.
Yeah.
Otherwise you use up all your tyres trying to get past.
I was thinking about it here, there's a DRS zone coming up.
Outside,
it's bold.
Probably best to keep it for this because
side still the drag race.
DRS for the big straight. Because now Goodwill's just going to have DRS, but he might be able to get. He's
overcooked it. He's
behind.
overcooked it. He'll slot in behind. He'll get in the race for another go. He'll get DRS.
It's probably for the best, to be honest.
It probably is.
He's off. That's it, mate. Keep it together. There you go. Now it should be pretty straightforward.
Meanwhile, Shockwave's looking at Stovey here. He's going to have a go. And it was contact, but he makes the move. And he...
Contact back here as well, with Dan the Racer slightly touched Goodwill as he chose the inside, but Goodwill went to squeeze him, and I think Dan had to lift off a bit, but no harm, no foul.
So the boys on the soft tyres have made big progress here. Shockwave's in the lead, started last. Dan the Racer's up to P4, but are those tyres going to last? Someone's causing yellows, and Reptile's binned it. This could be It's a 50 car. Oh, this is huge. This is a huge late twist in this race. Goodwill.
Guys with penalties, Goodwill's in for the win here, I think.
Goodwill's in business here. He's on old mediums, but he's only going to have 1 or 2 laps at racing speed now.
Goodwill's in for the win here.
Delayed's in contention. Where's he come from? Toto's. I mean, everyone's in contention, really. Aloran? If you don't have a pen, I mean, the penalties of other guys are not huge. They're mostly 3 seconds, but...
What do you do if you're the front runner? Is a track position or pit fresh tyres? I mean, now the softs should easily make it. Let's be honest.
If you're in a top position, it doesn't make any sense to pit now. You're not going to have time to make the positions back.
You have to, yeah.
But who would it make sense? I mean, actually,
so Shockwave doesn't. That makes sense. Stovey doesn't. Mediums. Future doesn't. Ooh, Dan is in, and he tags the wall as he comes in.
Dan's on 5 lap off soft.
I don't know if that was the call.
What position was he in?
Track position.
Yeah, I don't know. He's going to drop a long way down, and not many other people are going to pit. But then he gets
pretty much down to P10.
But he doesn't have a pen, and he's going to be on. Oh, I tell you what.
But that's the thing. 5 lap all tyres without a pen. He was in it for the win.
Yeah, but
he did have a pen. Sorry.
He's on. Oh, he's just lost part of his wing on the.
Yeah, he did on the pit entry.
No, but I think on the exit, I saw a piece of carbon fibre flying off.
Oh no, that's a horror pit then. Oh yeah, he's understeering a bit.
Oh, has he got his end plate? Oh, he's got his end plate, so maybe he's okay. But I mean, Dan the Racer's now. Everyone else in front of him. If you look at everyone, I mean, if you're on 6 lap old softs, as a lot of the drivers are, your tyres are pretty well worn, and then you've got mediums 13, 15, 13 laps old. Projag and 8 lap old mediums, but I tell you what, Dan the Racer, he's got a pen though. Oh, Gee, this is...
So,
Talk about a race with bloomin'
Goodwill.
swings and roundabouts.
15 lap all tyres. He's on here.
He's on.
Started in P4, currently P4.
Soon to be P1, question mark.
I think we just put the mockers on,
And
you know.
we've done it now, he's going to DNF.
Commentator's curse,
He's
yeah.
gone. Unlucky, mate. He's had a good race, but... Yeah. So he's out of contention. Who's the next cab off the rank? Delayed? With
Who
no
else do we
pins?
put the mockers on?
Well, Honest Crook, surely. Just for Vance. Honest Crook's got it in the bag.
It's got a pen. Delayed.
Dreamliner with that 5 second. Gee whiz. Delayed and Goodwill. P4 and P7. I suspect if they do not bottle this at the end, they're going to be in a good position coming into this race. The next question though is how many racing laps are we going to get? Safety cars staying out.
Usually comes in with 3 laps to go, but yeah, it is staying out.
So I think it'll come in the end of next lap, which will give us
it
2
should be.
racing laps.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, it's just enough time for mischief, I think. So damn, the race is going to be quick. Very, very quick in fact, but he's got a lot of cars to work through. And he's got a pen. Lauren and Asher. What about them? Asher showed in qualifying that he had good pace. He qualified about P5. His race has been an absolute nightmare, but he's P12, no pens.
Big lap time though, that's a
Brand
big...
new socks. Yeah, but all he needs to do is make a couple of positions, stay in touch, and he's going to jump up a few.
I think there'll be too much ardie-bargie to really make that many positions.
He'll be hoping.
I know he's going to have really fresh softs, considering everyone else around him is pretty on old tyres, but yeah. I think Goodwill, who we put the mockers on, is probably the pole setter right now.
Yeah, I tend to agree. Old mediums, but
delayed.
no pins and track position. Delayed. Even old softs though.
No pins though.
No pins. Toto. Old softs. No pins.
Oh.
This is. I think we're in for 2 laps of fireworks. Whatever happens here, there are going to be people up the top desperately trying to hang on old tyres, and you're going to have people. The further down the order you go, the newer the tyres get. So we've got a perfect recipe here for an absolute.
There might be another DNF or 2 here. I'm calling it now.
A late DNF as things get a little feisty. From the likes of Asher, Lauren, Dan.
We've already got 6 DNFs so far.
Yeah.
Can we make it 8, boys? Can we make it 8?
Someone
Hopefully
give me
not,
a-
but I just have a feeling it might not be clean, but so many people trying to... I mean, that's the thing, because the race win is up for grabs here. There might be a few people that are, willing to take that risk, and as the safety car comes in.
Yeah. Well, if you're down the order, you don't have as much to lose. Safety car is in. Shockwave tries to get some temp in those tyres. And where will he go? Will he go early like Stobie did before? Or will he do his best Max Verstappen impression and leave it till the very last second and cause an absolute shambles on the start-finish straight? We'll see. He's still weaving. The pack is lurking behind him. Stobie will be a bit of weaving as well, but also mindful that he doesn't want to let Shockwave get too far ahead. And Shockwave's gone. He's done a Stobie on Stobie, and he has boosted it. And, oh goodness me, Goodwill's possibly forgotten the rules around overtaking before the safety car comes in.
Sideways, quite much chicane.
Oh, is that yellow flags I saw, or is that just going green? Let's hope it's just going green. So 2 laps
So
to go.
far, so good.
Yeah,
2 laps.
reasonably clean. Again, the racer takes Toto.
He's already made a position.
Making those used softs work. Next in line for him is Crowjag. It's going to be so quick. He's going to just be loving this. It's beautiful, and he can burn through the ERS. Crojack will do the same, will he? No, it's more conservative.
Really.
No.
Better set up. Straight line speed, I think. Oh, he's touched the curb. He's out. He's gone.
There we go. There's one of them.
He's gone. There's another DNF. I called it. Give us one more, lads.
Either.
I think that ended after safety.
No.
But yeah, Crojack, after all that work.
Oh, he's gone.
All that hard work undone. Touching the curb.
Yep. Decent gaps between the cars at the moment. But he drives down the order. So Lauren's stuck behind Toto, unfortunately. So any advantage of not having pens is kind of lost when you're losing time behind a guy on old tyres. If Reedy gets another pen, he does. Oh goodness, that's going to be painful. So Lauren's struggling a little bit to clear Toto, unfortunately.
Which is surprising because he's got 3 lap old tyres and Toto's on it.
Asher as well. Asher's in that Toto train. And this is just costly for them.
A bit wide there.
Oh, Lauren gets a pin.
That was very wide through there.
There he goes. Asher just got to bomb someone here. Honest Crook all over the back of Goodwill. Honest Crook's on ancient softs. Goodwill's on ancient mediums. As we enter the final lap, Crook backs off. That's a sure sign that your tyres are munted when you back off. Like no one's business heading up Eau Rouge.
You don't give it up now.
You don't want to give it up now.
That would be 21 laps.
Yeah.
And better than the last. So it will be very harsh for Crojack after going through pretty much 99% of the race. Yeah. Only to bet it on the penultimate lap, so pretty rough.
Yeah, as we've been clacking our jaws, Goodwill, who we tipped for the potential race win, he's dropped. He's just not at the pace to keep with Shockwave. So as things stand, he's going to finish, I think, P2 at this stage, and I think Shockwave would win still. So not able to make any moves. It looks like people's tyres are just gone, and no one can really make massive inroads down the order. And the guys who were on the fresh softs just didn't have enough time. Getting through the final sector now.
Oh, Goodwill, very, very close to that barrier. On that right-hander, where Future Dreamliner lost it. Delayed is down, lost position to Dan DeMan.
Dan's got it, but up the front it's Shockwave who heads into the final chicane.
Too good.
And if our math
keep the win.
has served us correctly, Shockwave is going to come across the line and win. We'll wait for the final check. Stovey P2, Dreamliner is going to drop.
Yeah.
Honest Crook P4. And yes, it is Shockwave who wins, and Goodwill second, so it's a Red Bull 1-2. Massive result for them in the constructors. That is huge. And Shockwave wins from the back of the grid. Wasn't allowed to qualify. He'd been a bad boy, but he's come out and he's sent a message to his rivals. Gives us a nice annoying celebration just to top it all off. And he has got the win. I mean, what more can you say about that performance? He's just been the class of the field today. He's navigated about 18 safety cars, 34 virtuals, 76 retirements around him, and Adrian Newey on the podium there looks absolutely chuffed. You can't blame him really. So Shockwave wins from P18. Amazing drive from him. Goodwill P2, Red Bull locking out the top 2 spots on the podium. Stovey comes home P3. He'll be ruining that penalty, I suppose, but still a good haul of points for him. Honest Crook did his best to bottle the race, ended up coming home P4, the pole sitter, so not too bad for him. Delayed P5 in the Ferrari, started P11, so he'll be pretty happy there. Dan the Racer, another quali band driver, brings it home P6, and fastest lap as well. He'll be really happy with that. Toto P7, Asher P8, Dreamliner all the way down in P9. You gotta wonder if he gets that 5-second pen taken off, where would that put him? That would put him, 2.8, P3, P4, something like that, maybe. Yeah.
believe P4.
Something like that. So I'll keep tabs on the stewards reporting line. But yeah, gee, there's a lot that went on in that race, that's for sure. And yeah, I'm gonna need a drink after that. I don't even drink.
Very exciting race though.
Yeah.
The rain didn't end up coming down in the end, so yeah.
Well, as per usual, guys, we will look to get the podium getters in for an interview. So Shockwave, Goodwill, and Stoby. I'll just see if Goodwill's on my friends list. Goodwill's done a runner. He might be microphone shy, fair enough. Alright, let's see if we can get Shockwave in here. Now last week, I think some of our guys in the podium interviews didn't possibly have the right setting turned on. Stoby, how you going? Good. We were just saying, have you managed to fiddle with your audio settings to just see if we can get your audio in the party chat? Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, hopefully we can hear you tonight anyway. Yeah, we'll talk about your race briefly. So you qualified, was it P2 for you? I believe. Yeah, no, it was a good performance from you there. And then in the race, you looked like you were very much in contention for the win. You were there or thereabouts for most of the race. Plenty of safety cars and all sorts of things going on, but you were one of a few drivers who got a pen, which, with those late safety cars, possibly proved crucial to the final result, would you say? Yeah, no, good result, man. Arthur, do you have any questions for the Stokemeister, or?
Not really, mate. I'll just say what a great drive for you. Came from, as you said, P2 on the grid. Sort of kept it clean. What do you reckon with those? We had a bit of a debate in the commentary box about whether those softs were going to make it towards the end with about 10 laps to go. How'd you feel on the softs? Were they like hanging on at the end, or do you think they still had a bit more life in them? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, great job, mate.
Yeah, no worries. We've got Goodwill in the live chat saying that he can't hear Stoby, which is unfortunate. We'll try and we'll try and get that sorted next time. But we heard you, and it was great to have you along. So, yeah, that's all right. Catch you another time. All right, so we'll move on to Shockwave. Can you hear us, mate?
Yeah.
G'day. Well, hopefully the live chat can hear. Please let us know if anyone's in there watching at the moment. But yeah, Shockwave, you got a quali ban, I believe. Can you talk us through that? Because we checked the license points, and it looked like you didn't have enough to get a quali ban. What was the story there?
Yeah, so I think you guys saw it on the live stream as well last week. During quali, cutting corners to get back to the pits quicker, or
Oh.
start my actual lap earlier. So that was that, and then the racer got one as well, which is why he didn't set a lap like I did. So you learn the hard way, but where you start on the grid, especially in an online league like this, it doesn't matter where you start as long as you keep to yourself and make some clean overtakes, smart moves. You're bound to get anywhere. I was just hoping for like P6 or higher. To get a win is like unbelievable.
Yeah, that's an amazing result. I mean, we saw you down at the bottom of the standings in quali, and we didn't rule you out, but like you still had a lot of work to do. Albeit with a good strategy and with good pace, but you managed to fight your way through the field. Was it quite challenging, sort of dealing with the multiple safety cars, especially from a strategy point of view? Because you've got to sort of weigh up, do I pit now? Do I not? And it looked like you kind of ended up making enough good decisions to get you the win.
Yeah, so my practice for the week was basically just Grand Prix instead of time trial, so I made sure to get my strategy down pat, and I knew somewhere between like lap 11 to 13 was about the window, and there was a safety car about lap 8. I think there's safety cars every 3-4 laps, which was ridiculous. Or virtual safety cars or whatever. So it was just the matter of time of finding that window, and if I didn't get that window, then it was just hard luck, just because that's the strategy I was going for, the medium to soft. But yeah, sometimes you just need a bit of luck with the timing of the safety cars, and everyone had their chance to pit at the right time because of how many safety cars there were. It's just which strategy people ended up going for, so it worked out well.
Yeah, very good. Arthur, any questions for our race winner tonight?
Oh, no, mate. Well, great drive. Once again, great drive. Coming from back at the grid there, we definitely did not have you in there for the race win, but you somehow sort of made it through at the strat and safety cars and all that. But just let us know though. You finished on the soft tires towards the end. In terms of the actual how much grip they had towards the end there, did you say you could have gone a couple more laps, or were you kind of hanging on for dear life?
With all the safety cars, I think my tires were still below 30% with that last safety car with like 2 laps remaining, just because not weaving while the other safety cars or virtual safety cars are going on. I think I only ended up getting like 5 or 6 laps of actual racing out of those tires because of all the laps we're doing under a safety car or virtual safety car. So like I said, with my strategy I'd practice with, I knew if I pitted around lap 11-ish with to the softs, if I even if there weren't any safety cars, if I just took a chill and preserved my tires, I would be able to make it to the end. Whether I was going a bit slower or not, it didn't matter as long as I made it to the end. So it just ended up working out with all the other safety cars.
Yeah, nice, mate. That was as I said before, that was quite the drive from you. And congratulations on that 1-2. I'm sure that'll do wonders for your constructors charge for Red Bull. And we'll see you next week.
Yes, thank you very much.
All right, catch you later. And it looks like, speaking of Red Bull drivers, looks like Goodwill has joined us in the party chat. Have you got us, Goodwill? G'day, we are good. Thanks for popping in. Really appreciate it. We were just talking to your teammate who got the win in the end, and certainly in the commentary box, we were looking at you as a real contender with sort of 3 laps to go or so after that last safety car, because you were on old mediums, I believe, but no penalties, and we thought if you can just hang on to the guys in front, then it could be quite interesting. Just got some guys in the chat saying that they can't hear your audio, so you might not have the magical setting turned on. What console are you on, PS5 or PS4? If you go into settings and capture and broadcasts.
A quick shortcut is you can just press share button, and then all the way to the right there's a capture options, and it should be in there.
Yes. Oh, they're both on. That's niggly, because...
So I think we had the same issue with
Stobie.
Stobes. Yeah.
Can you try turning it off and on? Maybe that setting, the one include chat audio. Potentially. I don't know. It might be worth a go. Because it's weird. I don't know what other setting would do it.
Yeah, I'm just having a look at my end as well.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, we're on PS5. Capture and broadcast. Yeah. And it should be include voice chat audio. Oh. Okay. Well, that might be the issue with Stoby, but yeah, hopefully people can hear you in the chat now. But yeah, can you talk us through your race? It promised to be a really good finish for you. It didn't quite work out, but must be happy with P2 in the end. Oh gosh. Yeah. Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just about to ask, mate, because it looked like when Shockwave was coming through the pack there towards the end of those soft tyres, there was a bit of team orders there. Just didn't sort of let him through. Was that the plan? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, were you guys in an actual party chat together? Ah, working together. Nice,
beautiful.
nice.
Yeah.
That's it. Good communication.
Oh no, that's good. You guys are a strong pairing, and bringing home the 1-2
it looks like
is huge for the constructors. So yeah, so well done on that result. But yeah, no, thanks for joining us. Really appreciate it, and I think people can possibly hear you in the stream now. So that's good.
I think so.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, yeah,
congratulations, mate, and see you at Russia.
Yeah.
Oh,
drama. Well.
A lot of ground. You're going to lose out.
Give them a chance. Yeah.
That's good.
You did the maximum you could.
Mate. See you Singapore. That's it.
Yeah. All right. Catch you later. See ya. Honest Crook in the chat saying he can't hear Goodwill, but that's right. We'll try and suss it out for next week. Just try to improve things week by week.
Try and see if we can catch a few other guys, like Honest Crook, for example. But he might be out doing his best chimney impression at the moment. So
we'll lure Honest Crook in here.
Enjoy your smoke, mate. I don't think he's going to be popping in.
We'll give it a go because Honest Crook he went from hero to zero to almost hero again. So
he was close. He was first of the losers, as they say.
Yeah.
Down in the P4 there.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, considering. He was the pole sitter, but considering everything that happened in the race, decent drive. A few other, apart from obviously the race winner Shockwave, who came from last to first, we do have Delayed there, who came from P11, up to right behind Honest Crook in P5. Dan the Racer, he was out for the count for a while there with that late pit stop, but he brought it home to finish P6. After penalties from P16, and then Toto from P12 to P7. Asher, bit of a race to forget. I mean, he did get P8, but started P5. Would have hoped he did better than that P8, especially since he's kind of been coming into form the last couple of weeks. I know he didn't have the best of starts of the season, but the last couple of weeks, I think Asher's been on the pace, keeping up with those big dogs up front. So
big boys.
yeah, our championship leader, Mr. Future Dreamliner, didn't have the best of races again, second week in running. I mean, he got P9, but considering the lofty standards he's sort of set from the first couple of weeks, P9 is probably not where he would have wanted to finish, and I believe he's going to lose the championship to Shockwave, because it was only a point between him and Shockwave coming into this round, but now with the race win, Shockwave's well and truly getting that championship lead. And then to round out the top 10, we've got Mr. Reedy, who did the one lap in quali, I believe, right at the end. Put it into P10, and after all the mixing and matching and paint swapping and what have you, finished in P10, so no gains or losses for him. But brought it home with a 3-stopper, so he had a bit of a wild race as well, it seems.
Yep, some big winners and some big losers in that round for sure, and Red Bull and Shockwave in particular will be absolutely stoked, but as we just heard, or some of us heard on the stream there, the Red Bull guys are both missing the next race. So there'll be an opportunity next week for the likes of Broken Reptile, Future Dreamliner and Jackie Perez to bounce back and claw in the Red Bull men, but we'll have to wait till then to see how it all pans out. But that'll just about do us for now. Thank you, Arthur, for joining for another night of mischief and banter and whatnot. But yeah, thank you everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Until next time, take care and goodbye.
Have a good one, lads. XOXO, Gossip Girl.